Hey, Dave.
Hey, Chris.
What's happening?
Oh, just another Quicksilver shirt I found.
Another one. You still have not repeated.
Correct. I still have not repeated.
How much longer do you think you can
I
go?
haven't worn one in every episode. I think maybe at my end.
You're getting down? Okay. I do have to sometimes go through what I'm choosing to wear to make sure, like, have I worn this yet? But
I mean, that shirt I know we've worn, and our rated Gen X shirt, we can wear those because we can.
Yeah. And sometimes it's just nice to rewear something.
Right. It does feel weird to be the same age as old people, though.
It really, really does. I heard someone say the other day, I want to die young as late as I can.
That's fair.
Yeah. So basically
like
their
it.
way of saying I don't want to get sick and,
right.
for years not be able to do something, but what I want to do kind of thing.
Well, like, Joe Diffie said, prop me up beside the jukebox. I want to go to heaven, but I don't want to go tonight.
I wonder how long it would take for that to really smell bad, though. Probably not too long. That'd be awful. But hey, welcome.
Like Weekend at Bernie's.
It's our podcast. We can talk about anything we want.
Yeah, we can.
It's good. I'm excited about today. We're going to talk a little road tripping, right?
Yes, our first out-of-state road trip.
It is.
And, we kind of talk about what we're going to talk about before to not really prep, but at least get us thinking in that direction.
Pre-show meeting.
No, we thought about this just a few minutes ago. We said, hey, here's some topics. What about, let's do that. So here we are. It's going to be our first out-of-state road trip.
And it's going to be fun. It was my senior trip.
Yes.
And first trip together out of state and on our own. So, I think it's going to be a fun
ride. It was
ride.
after my freshman year of college, so
it's going to be good.
We were both of age, so we could do what I want.
We are. We're young men.
Yes.
Probably still the same travel budget. Probably a little bit better than
not much.
First, but yeah, I mean, and we touched on it a little bit, I think, in a few episodes back when we were talking about, probably talking about the donut story. You're right, the donut story, and then our road trip to Gatlinburg. I think there was some carryover from there too. But first out of state,
and we haven't talked about this, so the stuff that I remember is probably going to be different than the stuff that he remembers, and we're going to put it all together. So you may see several like, oh yeah, and those are going to be legit because we don't really prep all that much.
Mm-mm. That's what makes it fun.
Yeah,
so, what do you say?
It's just off the cuff. This is the reactions that you get are genuine, except in the episodes that don't record. And then we have to do them again.
We're going to make sure we get this
one. I will solve that problem with the camera, so hopefully our next round of, hopefully after this one, we'll have a camera.
It will be in higher
next
definition.
time. So this is what, episode 36?
36 as the count that I had.
I'm excited to hit 50.
That's crazy to think. That
yeah,
we're fast. We're quickly approaching that.
I mean, 14 episodes. That's only we'll get 50 by the end of the year for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's January.
No, it'll be good. But
I mean, it's January when we're filming this, so this is probably a early mid-February release.
I think 50 probably late summer. We'd probably be coming up on
I'm
that.
I'm gonna say fall.
Okay,
50 fall.
All right. So right around close.
We'll have a big to do for 50. You know what? If we haven't sold all our shirts, we'll give one away.
Ooh.
For the
and
50th.
If we have, maybe we'll have new ones and we'll give.
We're talking about doing other colors.
Yep. What color would you like to see? Well, we may not listen to that, but I'm going to ask anyway.
I kind of want a gray one.
If the color that you all pick is what we want,
I kind of want a dark, like heather gray.
I do gray.
And I want a hoodie.
Ooh, all right.
I love hoodies.
I do.
I used to hate them, but I love them now.
No, I like hoodies. I like especially in the morning if it's cool. I mean, I'll just grab one and I'll go hood full on.
Oh yeah.
And I'll take my frumpy self right to the couch and I'll just sit there.
I have to let the dog out in the morning, while it's still dark, to get the kids up for school and myself up for school. And it's chilly.
Yeah, it is. I'm in a different world now. No pets, no kids at home. So I mean, literally,
The true empty nest.
I just walk straight to the coffee maker and life is good.
Not me. I start right on lunches. Let's make lunches today.
It's different, but I'm enjoying it.
Yep.
So, but cool. Well, let's
jump in. Let's hit the
Yeah.
intro and jump into first road trip.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Chris.
I'm excited about this episode.
I am too.
Good. I expect some good memory flashbacks.
Yep.
I know I am not well known for having a fantastic memory to start with.
That is very accurate.
So I'm looking forward to hearing what happened on this trip. But no, I think I can provide some highlights of things like that. But no, I'm looking forward to this. But I just want to say, we've got like our flow now. Our intros, things are recording. When we have like good sessions, it's like good sessions of recording. And for those of you that don't know, we usually do at least 3 of these at a time, just because of our schedules and everything like that.
And we don't live. I mean, we live a lot closer than we have in a long time.
Yeah, that's true. We're in the same state,
it's still,
so that's good.
But it's still, I mean, for all intents and purposes, it's about an hour.
Yeah, a little shorter on the later it gets, but
right.
I mean, I feel like now in the greater Nashville area,
Nashville is
everything's
an hour
basically
from
an hour.
Nashville.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, you're not from here, but Nashville is an hour from Nashville.
Yeah. Wow.
You try to go from one side to the other, hour.
Yep. And it's pretty consistent everywhere. So it's
you
good.
Think, it should only take this long. Take that, whatever you think it should be, add an hour. There you go.
Used to be no problem to hop in the car and drive 12 hours south. Now, 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, I need to be in a motorhome.
And you can be.
I know. So much
we are
more
going to
comfortable.
do at some point a remote episode because we don't have a ton of equipment, and it'll be pretty easy to take this stuff with
I think
us.
so. We can attach all this to a picnic table out in the forest somewhere. I think it'd be fun.
Have people walk by looking at us like, what are they doing?
Yeah. I like it every once in a while, depending on when you send me like episodes for like preview. Sometimes I'll like be at like the gym or something on a piece of equipment and just kind of watch it while I'm walking or doing whatever. And I've seen people like come by and they look, and then they'll look at me and they'll look at the screen, and because it's Nashville, right? So everybody's looking for famous people, and I'm not that. But if you see me watching me on the screen, it crosses people's mind like, well,
who is that?
Who do they look like? And it's like, no, not me.
Who that is?
But it's fun to see the confusing look on their face as that's happening. But yeah, man. So this is our first road trip together out of state. If you don't recall, back in our I don't know what the name of that episode was. Was that first road trip?
I think first road trip.
Okay, so in first road trip, Dave had just graduated high school, so it was his senior trip. But me being a year behind, had some limitations from my parents.
Couldn't go out of state.
Couldn't leave the state. So we decided to go to the city, one of the cities that's as close to being out of the state as you can be.
Gatlinburg.
And that was a fun trip. A lot of good memories and a lot of fun times there. But for this trip, we got to cross the state line.
Yeah, we did. And we didn't just cross the state line. We went for it.
We did. Well, it was a popular spot at the time. Still,
Absolutely.
it was. I would say it was on its last couple of years, because I do think that Daytona as a destination for young people, in particular spring break, which was not when we went, but it was May, so right at the end of school.
Late May,
June.
early June, probably early June.
So not during that period of time, but still, growing up in the 80s, I mean, people talked about,
Daytona,
college kids.
Daytona Beach,
Daytona.
Florida.
So it's like, hey, let's go check this out.
Let's go to Daytona and see.
As young men out on our own for a road trip. So,
and we couldn't look it up on Google Maps, so we had to have paper maps and an atlas.
We did. I still have that atlas, by the way. From
I still have my atlases with
1991, I think,
with the highlighter on our what our route is. And getting to the destination wasn't that big a deal because your highway, interstate road map, atlas, whatever would get you there. It's once you got into the city.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't have one of those 27
well, because in an atlas, if it were a big enough city, there'd be that little 4x4 square
inset,
of like, here you go. And you're like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Right. No side streets. It was just main stuff, how to get around. So
it was good to have a navigator, which I think was my role for most of the time. But yeah, we set our sights on Daytona Beach. We were going to camp, very similar to what we did in Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
We figured that worked once. This time we did have a reservation, and we did have a true
you had to call
base
to get a reservation.
We did. And so that felt like an upgrade.
Right. I think that we called, got a reservation, and they gave us directions from the interstate.
That makes sense, and I think that's pretty accurate.
Because I don't remember having a fold-out city map of Daytona.
So you just had it written down.
Just had it written down.
Yeah. No, I think we were we'd learned what we need and don't need. We hadn't learned the donut lesson quite yet, as you've heard. But I do think that we had
my dorm microwave.
We did have the microwave this time.
I took an extension cord and my microwave.
And we had
and we had a tent.
We had a tent. We had
cooler.
Each had, I think, new pairs of Oakleys.
Oh yeah,
and which was great for me because I had the privilege of graduating high school with a with a very big black eye from a punch in the face I got about a week before graduation. So I did get permission to walk with and wear sunglasses, which nowadays there'd be lots of pictures of, but there were no pictures of me in my cap and gown and my cool sunglasses. But needless to say, we got past the punch to the face and graduated.
Sucker punch.
I was just say it was not deserved. I don't think I did anything to ask for that.
No,
that I recall. But
I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
No, you weren't.
If I would have been there, I might have had a black eye too. But I'd at least got in there.
But I did take that punch really well, though. I mean,
I remember you telling me that, you just kind of turn your head and kind of almost like is that all you got?
Yeah, and it did cause it was three dudes. I didn't get jumped or anything, but the guy that did the swinging and punching had two other of his friends with him. So it was a little bit of a intimidation thing going on. But yeah, the punch to the face, I remember telling you, I was super proud of that. I was like, dude, my head snapped, but I didn't fall. I didn't even step back. I just looked at him like he was stupid for doing that. And then they all ran. And I remember and this is totally unrelated to the story, but hey, I had a black eye on the trip, so here we go.
You got to figure out how they got it.
I remember they ran to the movie theater there in Rivergate.
Yeah. And
went inside where there was a security guard inside. And I remember running over there and,
you're bleeding.
I'm bleeding, black eye, all this stuff's right. And just finding them inside and just pointing at him, and the security guard was coming out telling me I had to leave and stuff like that. But I remember just pointing at this dude. I have no idea who he is, who he was, any of that stuff, and just taking my finger that had blood on it and just on the glass. Dude, I don't know why I did that.
That's some movie stuff right there.
Right, and I'm like, what? What was I
bleeding?
It's like, I'm gonna leave my mark right here. But it's just, yeah, I don't know why I did that.
You tell me that part.
It's because I wanted to focus on how well I could take a punch.
I knew the rest of it.
But I do remember doing that, and I'm not sure why. But anyway, yeah. So I got to graduate with a big old black eye, and obviously we got to take this trip, and I was still recovering from that.
Took this trip in my truck.
Your truck. We
The
kicked
'87
it off,
Nissan Hardbody.
Kicked it off with
Love that truck,
the
man.
road trip song, which was
Call Me the Breeze.
yes. We hit the road. I feel like that was an early morning start, wasn't it? That wasn't an overnight drive. I feel like it was super early in the morning, though.
Yeah, like 4.
Yeah, I would say like 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because
we had to time it to where we weren't going to hit traffic in major cities.
Correct.
And we wanted to leave accounting for Eastern time. And there's a lot more planning that goes into road trips before Google Maps and MapQuest and all that kind of stuff.
Well, then we couldn't check in before a certain time at the campground.
Right.
So we had
I
to
think it was
time
3
that.
o'clock.
Yeah. So good 12-hour drive. That works out perfect.
Right.
But yeah, and I don't recall anything real eventful. Pretty smooth trip down.
Pretty smooth trip. Yep.
And it's just music, hanging out. I mean, you'd been at college for a year, so probably a lot of catch up. I know that first year when you were at Tech, I mean, you came home a lot of weekends, if not
Came home every weekend.
most every
'Cause
weekend.
I worked.
Um,
It was next year
but,
when I was at UT, but
yeah.
you were at MTSU, so I didn't come home
yeah,
but once a month.
and I feel like that the first year you were in college, I feel like we still stayed pretty close contact, still working at the same place, all that good stuff. But,
Yeah, there's a whole nother story about that summer.
But
Summer of '91 goes down as
goes down as one.
It goes down as one. That's right. That's about
But yeah, man, I remember. I think one of the things I did remember about first getting to the Daytona Beach area, because right, I mean we're basically interstate from Nashville, really all the way to Daytona. But
Pretty
I do
much.
remember when we got off the interstate. I feel like one of the first things I saw was like some road construction going on, and just into my mind I was like, man, that would be the coolest job ever. You get to hang out in the sun all day, get a good tan.
because that was on our
money.
top, that was high on our priority list. Make sure we get tan.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, especially coming out of.
I'm surprised. I mean, there may be a picture or two somewhere where both of us are just like tan, like dark.
Yeah,
Because we would both get tan in the summer.
I
Hair would get super white, and I would get
and
tan.
then you just done. I remember coming back from being in being sent like Mexico, Central South America, kind of that on a deployment, and every day at lunch they'd open up the flight deck where you could just go hang out, sit in the sun, whatever. Dude, like 3 months of that, I look like a different person. Like, that was crazy. I think that's the darkest I've ever been in my life. Like, I mean, that was crazy.
I think darkest I ever been was one of those wave pool summers.
That
Where
would
like
make sense. Yeah, 'cause it's just like every day.
I didn't use like sunscreen. I used baby oil. I'm going to okay. Put some baby oil on just to intensify the sun.
I think this is before we had a really good understanding of like skin health.
Yeah, healthy tan.
Dude, my dad one year, butter. This man took a damn stick of butter we were at the beach and rubbed it on himself and then sat outside. I cannot tell you how badly burned he was at the end of the day. But he was not happy for
I
like
can imagine.
a week after that. He was, it was awful. But
All right, so we get to Daytona. Let's not get too far. We get to Daytona. Now we're staying at, and I've looked to see if this place is still around because now that we're back into camping with actual campers, I wanted to go back. Doesn't exist. It was Daytona Beach Campground.
Yep. Little private campground.
That was the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that our spot was $12.
Yeah,
I think that was for the entirety of our stay
because it was a tent site.
It was a tent site.
I think there's probably,
and so it came with a water spigot and like a 110 outlet. The two sockets. That's all it came with. So we parked the truck there, set up the tent. We had our sleeping bags. We used the cooler as the
kind of
table for the microwave.
Yeah.
We ran an extension cord. And, dude, I'm telling you, that microwave was a game changer. It was my dorm microwave. Because, you move out of the dorm, you got to take your stuff. So I took my microwave.
It was a good setup, man.
So, we could have, we could get, I think we got, like, the ravioli in the can, the heat up, whatever.
It was a complete game changer.
Because it went from, like, everything was cold cuts or eaten out.
Yeah. And it never occurred to me we never thought to like bring a grill or anything like that.
We didn't have one portable that we could bring. It was always, the grill that we had was on rolling wheels. It was a big round charcoal grill that like my dad did have a little hibachi grill. It was about this big and had two rectangular grates that you could move up and down over there.
I remember those.
I don't.
But charcoal was expensive.
Charcoal was expensive, and the electricity was included with.
Yeah. No, I think we did the right thing. The microwave was great. Like you said, it was an upgrade from just cold cuts and peanut butter.
I think we had to get
like
ice.
That.
I think the campground, it had like an ice maker.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, you just go fill up your ice bucket or whatever, and just put some in your cooler.
Because I don't think. Some campgrounds
they charge for ice in the bag.
You for it and stuff like that. But you could still find stuff like that where it was just there. But no, I think
so. $12
that was a really great setup.
Somewhere, I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff lately, but somewhere I still had the receipt from that campground because I put it on my Chase Manhattan Bank Visa card.
Of course you did.
Which I still remember the number to. Because I would use it to call long distance and charge it to my credit card.
Long distance. It's a lot.
Anyway, we got everything set up and then we headed for the beach.
I was going to say, and we were only the campground was 3 miles inland or something like that. It wasn't very far.
Not very far. Yeah.
It was on the, it was before the intercoastal, so it wasn't like beachfront or anything. So we were a few miles off, but it was perfect. It gave us a place to come back to, very inexpensive. But we get camp set up. I do remember that first drive over. It's like, all right, let's do it, man.
The anticipation of getting there, and Chris and I always did kind of the same thing when we got to the water. We'd basically just take off sprinting and just jump in.
We were those people.
Right. But now I think we got to the point to where we would basically just grab a handful of salt water and
it's almost like a little mini baptism.
Get it on your face and then essentially see how far you can run into the surf before you basically just have to, I think I said basically twice, before you just have to dive and go all in.
Do a little Baywatch jump over the wave and swim on through.
And grab
that
our
was
surfboards and...
It was pretty, it was perfect timing. Weather, I think, was really good. I remember that being just an overall good trip.
Yeah, I don't remember rain or...
Not at all. It was
too hot or it definitely wasn't cold. I think every conditions were favorable.
And I know we hit, we did our we cruised. Kind of got a lay of like what does the
Where's
beach
the
avenue
strip?
look like?
Yeah.
Where are things at? And kind of figuring out how can we make a loop out of it.
Because we cruised the mall here, that was
Mhm.
kind of the thing to do, and so you'd see movies and
like
stuff.
everywhere you went, there was some place where you could just cruise and just drive around.
And so we found kind of where people were cruising, and
Mhm.
we would just cruise. And
I remember
because the idea is like, oh, I'm going to meet some girls.
driving.
We
I
didn't.
feel like we covered that topic in the Gatlinburg trip, which we did end up meeting girls
But not driving.
on that. That is, yeah. So eventually you got to get out of the car. But I do remember going into, I think, a place called Maui Nick's
Maui Nick's, yeah.
and we were like sunglass shopping. Especially like you picked up on Oakley's really quick, and you were like, oh, let me check out the new ones. I'm like, I have a pair. They were not cheap. I'm going to stick with one pair.
I'm going to tell you, that trip, I bought 2 pair because I thought I might break one.
Yep.
One of those pair is still in the box, in the bag. I've put them on probably 4 or 5 times in my life, but otherwise they've never been out of that box.
Do you not like them? The style?
Oh, I like it.
Okay.
They're my favorite ones, but like they're so vintage now.
Yeah. And they're from that trip. That is
They're
awesome.
from that trip.
That's all.
I've checked like there. See some. They're frog skins, so I see some on eBay that
Yeah.
I'll look and see, and I've seen people selling them for $400 and $500. And I bought them for $40.
Does the value go up?
I bought them for $40.
That's pretty
So
good.
I'll just hold on to them. Unless somebody wants to make me a great offer, I'm in the market for a new truck. So
Opening bids 400.
I'm probably
Started
gonna
there.
need more than that. I need a new diesel truck. I need a dually. There's nothing wrong with my truck. I'm just, I'm overweight. Not me. The camper is overweight for my truck. So I was going to tell you that
You'll
when we got
figure it
here. I'm truck shopping and car shopping because
I saw that indicator when I walked in today.
no, I just
Is
keep it on a battery tender.
Okay, gotcha.
Just I keep most of my batteries on a battery tender just because I get another year or so out of the battery by doing that. Anyway, back to Daytona. So we're cruising around.
Yeah, I remember going in like a few shops. Obviously,
Yeah.
wanting to check out like what's the sunglasses, beachwear, anything that we could.
Well, we went in surf shops because we needed some wax.
and anything that apparel wise, whether it was a new Quicksilver shirt or something like that. Honestly, anything that we could take back that was different than what anybody else was going to have at home.
Right. Because you want to, hey, I went to Daytona. Oh, you did? I mean, you could have got that tan at the wave pool. No, man, see my whatever.
No,
Because I don't remember
Daytona.
anywhere in Nashville at the time that sold Quicksilver shirts. So I could only get them at the beach.
No, and I think that was it for a long time. Is some
Right.
of the surf company wear you weren't getting that here. You
No.
did have to go someplace. That, or if you wanted the, No Fear, I feel like was also.
I had a lot of No Fear shirts.
at the beach shops. The every city or every beach I feel like had the Polo Club, Daytona
Right.
Beach Polo Club.
Right.
Um,
I never had any of that stuff. But I did have No Fear, and I did obviously have a lot of Quicksilver.
Same. I like the No Fear
have a
stuff
Quicksilver
for a while,
watch.
but I always seemed to go a little too far with all that. I always went for the, there was that's when all those like shirts that with like, the Big Johnson and the and there was the ones with the birds,
The Big Johnson shirt.
the
yeah.
birds and the the birds with big beaks, and they would pecker,
Yeah.
and so there were all of these this pecker that, and it's like.
I remember the Big Johnson. It was
So-
this guy who had this. He would be holding this huge surfboard, and there'd be these ladies like
It was a Johnson surfboard,
right.
and that was the joke. I always seem to want to buy the shirts that
We're just a little bit edgy.
yeah, and then wear them in front of my grandmother. And
I'm
be
sure.
surprised at her reaction of like, where'd you get that at? It's like, oh, this? It's talking about the bird and its beak. They're just calling it a pecker. It's okay. It's like,
And I'm sure your grandfather was like,
yeah. But it's the same thing with
"That's funny."
No Fear. You can get your beat button ready because I'll say it. But I had that one No Fear shirt that is on the back, just real big letters that have been scared lately.
Yeah.
I loved that thing, man. And that was,
Oh, I remember that shirt.
that was by far, I thought that was the edgiest, like in your face, there you go shirt that there was.
Yep.
But
I don't know what happened to my No Fear shirts. I have come across several bins of old shirts. I don't think I've come across any No Fear shirts. One of the No Fear shirts that I remember, it said like, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, bases loaded, down by 3, full count, no fear.
Yeah, they had some really good ones.
They had some good
I
ones.
mean, I went the shock route.
Right. That was my elbow, sorry.
But yeah, I mean, I did. I like those, but I don't know. Maybe I was not buying the XLs like you were. I feel like I just outgrew all mine because I keep thinking, I'm like, I don't have any of these clothes, but
I just bought the XL just because I wanted more room, and I was like, yeah.
I also had a habit of putting holes in mine from opening bottles. Because we aren't exactly the same. We did different stuff.
We did do different stuff.
And so a lot of my shirts just ended up having holes right in the middle of right around the belly button. Where you just open that up.
Right.
But not on this trip. This trip we had other stuff to focus on, and it was the beach. It was the ladies of the beach. It was what
I don't
what
remember
stuff.
meeting any ladies.
We met one lady.
Okay, I remember that lady.
But we
didn't meet her.
we didn't meet anyone our age.
We met her for about 10 seconds.
Was that the first night?
That was the first night.
That was the very first night.
Because we thought, is this what we've gotten ourselves into?
So after we set up camp, we go over to the beach. Of course, we go down.
We're cruising
In the water. Now we're kind of back cruising around. It does get dark. And we're like, okay, everybody's going to come out. And
right.
I think ultimately it wasn't really crowded. Like I don't think they were really in season.
I really
or anything.
expected more than what was there.
Same. I think we just went at a period of time where, I mean, I'm sure there were some kids still in school. Summer vacations hadn't started yet. So we end up in Daytona at a very kind of just quiet time. There's not a whole lot going on except for this one house.
It's kind of this in-between place.
Yeah, except for this one house that we kept passing. And there was an attractive female sitting outside.
Look, we're just going to say it. I'm going to say it. There were some things going on because there was one girl and there were many dudes.
Yeah.
And there'd be different dudes out front.
And a lot of going in
and
out.
a lot of going in the house and out of the house.
Yeah. But I don't think we caught on to that. I think. Well,
it took a few times around, and we were like, "Is that what I think it's going on?"
But I don't think we ever realized. Maybe we're just in the wrong part of Daytona.
It could have been,
but
it wasn't a sketchy part. It was just like there's something.
It felt like it was just the back road to get back around to the strip to A1A there,
right? Because we were cruising A1A.
Yeah, and it felt like this feels like the strip. This feels like Daytona. We were near the boardwalk. But again, I don't remember any of that being super busy. So we're driving. And
that's not the person that we met.
No. So
we didn't meet her.
So the person
looks like a lot of other people did.
That
we didn't meet her.
So we're making this loop, and
come to a stop sign.
Being young, worldly men, we think we've got what's going on in this house figured out. Like, okay, this is what's happening there, right? So there we are. We passed that. We've made our determination. And we know.
We've kind of circled back around, so we're coming out to get on the main road. We're at a side road, going to turn right at a stop sign, going to turn right onto the main road.
Now there is an older female.
In reality, you'd think she was probably 40s.
Yes, that's what I would say. Twice our age
Right. So
at that point in time.
right, which at the time, as a both 18-year-olds,
Yes.
we're thinking this old lady.
Yeah, the parent.
Right.
Waiting on a bus. I don't know, evening walk, whatever
She
it is.
seemed to be dressed in clothes that would suggest it was a lot colder.
Yes.
She had like
There's some leather, I feel like.
jacket leather, like some kind of like knit hat
Yeah,
kind of thing,
yeah.
scarf, something going on.
Yes.
Like,
And we had the windows down as we came up to the stop sign.
and we're playing.
And
You remember what song was playing?
what song was playing? I don't know what song was.
Joyride.
I can't believe you remember that. The windows are down. We're enjoying life.
And we're singing Joyride.
Joyrides
By Roxette.
on the radio or on CD. And when we come to the stop sign, it puts us probably 5-6 feet from where she's standing. And we pull up. Being the responsible driver that you are, you come to a complete stop.
Come to a complete stop.
Gives her the opportunity to...
And there may have been cars coming.
Maybe. Could be. And
I remember exactly what she said. Like it was yesterday.
she asked if she knew where we could get a cup of
She
coffee.
said, "You boys know where a girl could get a nice hot cup of
That's
coffee?"
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Exactly like that. You boys know where a girl could get a nice hot cup of coffee. And us, being raised Southern gentlemen polite, we were like, "No, ma'am, we're not from around here." And her response to that was, "Oh, what do y'all boys know?" And
All right.
my navigator over here says, "Nothing we want to learn from you." And I was gone.
It did click, I think.
And we were like,
in the middle
was
of that
that
second
She was
sentence.
just, what? That?
Yeah. Yes, and yes. All of that.
And so that gave us an idea as to what was going on in that particular area of Daytona.
And I think we changed our route after
And we didn't go that way anymore. Because we'd been that way
a few times by that
probably
point.
8-10 times,
Yeah.
doing the circle. And that's when we kept being like, there are
we
different.
probably looked like we probably looked like we were there looking
We
for
probably
exactly what we
looked
got.
like we were searching for what was there.
Yeah.
And we were not. We were not.
I don't know. You've never seen two people tuck tail and run so quickly.
I was gone.
I'm pretty sure we went straight back to the campground after that. I think that night was.
I
was
think we just
done.
said it's a wash. Let's get
Yeah,
out of here.
Yeah, I'm.
Let's go
pretty
back
sure
and let's
that,
regroup and let's figure out where we're supposed to be
I need to
tomorrow.
I need to go back. I need to take a shower. I need to,
I need to wash my eyeballs.
it's like certainly don't want any coffee. I mean, it's done. But
Well,
yeah,
neither one of us drank coffee at that point.
it is true, and would not for years later after that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like
I could probably give you an artist sketch as to what that lady looked like
well,
in the 10 or
pretty-
15 seconds that we were there. It was. I mean, I don't want to say it was traumatic, but it was memorable.
Well, I honestly, that is the first time I'd.
Essentially, been propositioned.
Yeah. That was the.
And it was not okay. She was not in a position to be saying stuff like that. She did not have. How do we say
Of
this?
all the ways I thought that may have happened in my life or would happen in my life, that was not. That was in none of the scenarios that I had thought of up until that point.
None.
And not that was like a routine thought I would have, but
No.
I mean, I'd seen movies. I was
Right.
a person of
Right.
the world. I
Okay.
knew that stuff was out there.
Okay, yeah.
But no, that
nor
was not
did
how I envisioned
she.
that.
I wouldn't say that she possessed the talent to.
Not for what
If
I
you
had
know what I mean.
envisioned. No.
She was not hot enough to be talking like that. She wasn't. She looked like I know she was only probably in her 40s, but she looked like somebody's grandma.
Yeah. I think that was part of it too.
Somebody
I
come
was
get your nana
shocked.
because she's getting out of hand.
I think that part of me was shocked that like I just wasn't mentally prepared for.
But you were quick with
for
the
that.
nothing we want to learn from
I
you.
know,
so-
but we know sometimes my mouth can get us in trouble because it doesn't think and it just says stuff. That's happened a couple times.
Oh yeah, mine too.
But
Hold on, I got something. I had a principal give this to me.
I think that's well said.
I just wish my mouth had a backspace.
So you had a boss give that to you.
I did because it was in his office and he was retiring. He goes, "Here, you need this."
Yeah.
Just like me.
That's good. That's spot on. Yeah, I think that was it. I think just, as a young person who within the last 24 hours had literally just crossed state lines on his own, that was a bit much.
From Georgia to Florida?
To end my day with was that.
Right. We drove all through the night.
Yeah.
And half the day and surfing. I'm sure we were tired, and we're just like, we just want to see some kind of nightlife.
No,
not that kind of nightlife.
Not that. So
we're just looking for people hanging out, walking around. Going to shops.
Sent us directly back
girls.
to our tent.
Back to our tent. We were like, whoa.
But I think the rest of the trip was. The rest of the trip was good, though.
The rest of the trip was great, and we never did find where the ladies hung out.
No, and like you said, we didn't. There was really, we didn't meet anybody.
Nope.
But thinking back on, I don't think there's really anybody there. I think we really just hit it at a point in time where it was.
Yeah, I think we really hit that in between.
Yeah, because I don't ever remember sitting in traffic along the beachfront.
No.
I don't remember there being issues with like parking.
Never trouble parking. Like we parked where we wanted to.
Yeah. So that's surprising because I've been back to Daytona several times over the years, and
I've been a handful of times.
It's just I think if you hit it at that point in time, it's just pretty easy, little beach place. But yeah, I don't remember. There's not too much else about that trip that's not related to donuts.
These came into play.
Yeah, they did in a big way. I mean, and obviously they got their own episode. But
that was one where you came in the bathhouse. You're like,
but
what was
that completely took over that whole trip, and it was just like,
it did.
My gosh. But I do remember also. There was some sunburn. The drive back was
tough.
I think, especially for you, like I think you got roasted really good.
Yeah.
And we both did, but I think you had it worse because I remember there were, and whenever we did leave,
I had it on my shoulders.
Yeah.
Where I guess I didn't reach or something like that, or just being on the surfboard and my back being exposed like that all the time. Stuff wasn't really great and waterproof back then.
But then,
and I'm sure we weren't. I can tell you what I was using. I was using that blue Hawaiian Tropic Gel SPF 4 Quattro 4.
And then staying outside shirtless for like 19 hours. It's like
sorry if that was loud, but yeah.
Yeah, I think we learned a lot. But I do remember that drive home between, your visits to the gas station bathrooms and, like any good road trip, we wanted to stay at destination as long as possible. So we're driving, late at night on the return trip.
Right.
Sunburned, been out in the sun all day, tired as all get out. And I
just like hammer down, like let's get.
But I feel like we were doing this like every 45 minutes to an hour, kind of alternating who was driving, to give the person a nap.
Because we were just tired.
And then at one point, I just remember crapping out on it, going, dude, I can't drive anymore. I'm like, if you can't, then we just need to park and, crash in the rest area because people still did that.
Yep.
Or,
I don't think we did that, did we? I think I just drove.
I think you probably got pissed at me and just drove.
I'm sure I was a sissy.
Probably something like that. All right,
whatever.
I slept the same.
Didn't phase him at all.
No,
but I guess I just kind of was like, well, it is Metro.
But I don't feel like we did stop. But I knew I was like, dude, I'm toast. I can't do this.
Actually, we may have pulled over in a rest area for like an hour or something
It
like that.
doesn't feel like, I know that there was a couple times we pushed the driving probably a little too far.
Yeah, we did.
Because I think at one period of time we got home from someplace and you're like, I don't remember the last hour and a half of that drive. I'm like, dude, you were driving.
I know.
I was like, that's not cool. So yeah, I think
It's just the music playing and me just
I think that
and
happens.
the Mountain Dew.
I think that happened before this road trip, which is why I kind of called it and said, look, I know I can't drive. But
I feel like
tell me you
maybe
can,
that there
you
was a
can.
rest stop in Georgia somewhere that we pulled over at for like an hour or something, and I just took like a brief nap,
Yeah.
and then we got back going
That makes
again.
sense. And then just fuel up on sugar and caffeine again.
I'm pretty sure.
good to go.
And then we just, grabbed a Snickers and a Mountain Dew, and here we go.
How long what was that? Was that a 3-day trip? 2-day trip? I don't feel like it was super long, but I feel like it was.
I think it was 3 or 4.
Okay. But, I mean, honestly, anything else eventful that you recall happening on that trip? I feel like it was just a couple of days at the beach, the sun.
Maybe we stayed 3 nights, because that would have been I think maybe 4 nights. I think 4 nights. Because it was $16.
That sounds about right. And I think the
Or was
focus
it
was
$12?
just focus was
What'd I
just
say
beach
before,
time.
12? I can't remember.
And I feel like the beach and especially once
$12.
I recall cruising, especially that first day. But then after that, I don't recall doing a lot of that. And I think it still comes down to there just wasn't a whole lot going on.
Yeah, I think we determined that I don't think we determined that there wasn't a cruising spot. I think we just determined that there wasn't that many people down there to be doing the cruising.
Yeah.
So, we surfed as much as we could and checked out surf shops.
Yeah.
Because, we're thinking, going to a surf shop, there, might be some surf chick in there.
Somewhere, please.
There wasn't.
Yeah,
there wasn't.
but I think, overall, like I said, that was a really, like, that experience was really, the donuts. They played a big role in that. But
Yeah, they did.
Outside of that, I don't remember a lot more of, other than the surfing. Now, I do remember, like, at some point between the salt water and everything, the big black eye and the kind of the pop to that whole nasal cavity that I took, at some point that cleared out.
Yeah.
And it was like this huge, I just remember at some point just hawking up
Right.
this gnarly just clot. I don't know what else.
Yeah.
I mean, going back to when Matt coughed up a tonsil. That's the closest thing I can relate to. And I just remember being in the water when that happened and thinking, man, that looked like that had a lot of blood in it. I think
Hope I'm all right.
I think I want to get away from that. It's like, but yeah, I remember like
So it was the donuts and that lady and then a bunch of surfing.
pretty much, yeah. I mean
That was about it.
and that was an awesome road trip.
Oh, it was great.
I mean, I thought my senior trip was fantastic.
And it was
really,
nowhere in our thought was, well, I mean, it's only for 3 or 4 days. We're going to go that far for 3 or 4 days. It was never that.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
like, hey, watch what I can do in 3 or 4 days.
It's only 12 hours. There,
Done.
we're done. And we would go on to do that again a couple more times.
Yeah.
One of which in a different unexpected direction. So yeah, those would be fun. But yeah, that was a cool. I don't know. That was a lot of fun. You got to. I feel like for me, it was like really a big step in not only maturing, because you had to make decisions. You had to
Right.
ultimately decide, what's safe, what's not safe.
You had to get there.
I think that responsibility and parents being open to that. I don't know. I think it benefited me greatly to have
Oh,
that,
yeah, for
that
sure.
flexibility, and it helped to create my own personal experiences starting. I don't know if that's the the same with everybody. I know. I think I tried to be pretty similar with my kids growing up. Maybe even stretch that a little bit further with one. But, you know, it was the thing. Our rule was, you know, if you're making responsible choices, you know, when we're involved and we can see you, then
you get more leeway.
We're more likely to give you more freedom. So
right.
I think that was
trying to get that across to my kids now. Like, if you'll do what you're supposed to do, you'll get to do more things that you want to do.
Yeah.
Like, why is that hard to understand?
But yeah, I
anyway.
think we were those parents that the other parents would call and go, "Are you letting them do this?" Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Really? on their own? Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to make sure, because now we're gonna let our kid go. It's like, all right, that's cool.
The donuts.
Yeah, good memories. I mean, it's right up there with the lady of the evening. It's funny that they're both in the same story.
For as long as I live, I will never forget the two sentences that lady said to us.
That's good. And I recalled both of those. I think you've got a little bit more detail, but I recall the gist of it and how shocking it was. Of like, how dare she?
It was not okay.
Is that what do we look like that?
Right.
Is that what
do I look
like?
that bad where she thinks that, you know, we're going to be into this?
Well, not the first 4 times you drove past and around the circle, but by the 10th time, it's like, yeah, maybe we'll just give this a shot. So
I had actually forgotten about old girl in the house with her many suitors until you said it, but now I can see it.
Well, and to be honest, she was more aligned with what I would expect.
She had
someone in that business to appear like.
She had the talent.
And because I remember making it like that. Yeah, once we figured all that out, it was like, wow. But
right. That could have been her mom.
Man,
maybe she was recruiting.
That's just oof. All right.
All right. I guess it's my turn.
It's my turn for a question.
Okay.
So, do road trips as a young person build character?
Ooh, that's a good one. Mm-hmm. Do road trips as a young person build character? Whatever you do, the results will be lasting.
That's awesome.
Whatever you do, the results will be lasting. Obviously, they've had an impression on us because that was 1991. And it is 2026.
Wow. That's a good answer. I like that.
It is a good answer.
Didn't have to rub it, touch it, none of that stuff. So,
in case you missed that last episode, I found
out
that
this book is dirty. This book is dirty.
That's a whole other story. That's a whole other person.
I like the answer. I'm happy with that answer.
That's a good answer. Anyway, there's instructions on the back of this book that tell you how to use it, and we're not doing that because it just seems like I need to wash my hands after following the instructions. So whatever you do, the results will be lasting. So road trips make a lasting impression on you one way or the other. Yeah. You have to decide if that's a good impression or a bad impression, but if it's bad, maybe you at least learn something not to do.
I think that's fair, and I think that's very true.
Won't do that again.
No. There's a couple of those that I think over time, learned all those lessons.
Won't do that again.
Awesome. All right. Well, I guess we're at the point to wrap up then. That was it was cool. I enjoyed sharing that story. And tell us about your road trips. Where'd you go? How old were you? That's always interesting to see. At what age
first road trip on your own. First road trip on your own. How old were you? Where'd you go?
Yeah, you know what? I bet the age is going to be very similar. It's going to be between 17 and 19 for most people. So I'd love to get feedback and see what those stats look like. But yeah, I think our generation,
We were just itching to go.
I would say most of us wanted a car pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And I would say
Because we were already fairly unsupervised,
yeah,
as
So
we've
why not-
mentioned
why
lots of
not
times.
Give them a couple ton car.
So
to drive
now we're
around.
just like, can we be unsupervised elsewhere?
Very true. Very true. Awesome. I like it.
Yep.
Great episode. Thank y'all for joining us as always.
Yes.
Rated Gen X is,
And we get a couple people that that usually comment, and man, we appreciate that because it's just fun. I mean, I wouldn't care if it was the same person commenting all the time. I'd still be like, yeah, man, you know.
No, it's
Because I'm just not like, oh, it's that person again. No, I'm like, yeah, let's talk about it. What you got?
And if you haven't commented before, throw one in there.
Throw a comment.
I do also check comments on Spotify because we're there too.
Oh, can you comment on Spotify? I don't have Spotify, so I don't know.
You can, from what I see and understand. So I'm checking that out too.
All right.
We've got a few subscribers there now and growing. I'm still releasing episodes. We're obviously behind there.
Right.
And I've got
because I'll get emails where it's like, you know, this. It's like 5 episodes get released at a time.
And I do try to spread them out each week. So I try to schedule them to where it's like Friday at like 6:02.
Okay. Maybe I just get the notification that
it's scheduled.
it's been uploaded.
Yeah,
Okay.
could be that. But yeah, I do try to stay consistent with Friday releases there. It's usually sometime in the 6 a.m. hour.
And we're trying to do like every couple of weeks on this. I know that the first episode that we filmed, episode 34, that's going to have to be a quick turnaround time because I got to have that out in a few days.
Pushing on that.
Right.
But awesome. Well, like us, subscribe to either or both.
Yeah.
And
tell your friends.
yeah, we really would like to
Just tell
cross that 100
there's got to be
threshold.
one other person that you know be like, hey, look, you'd probably think some of this is funny.
Yeah, tell your enemies.
Yeah.
We don't mind. They're not ours.
Nope.
So,
Well, maybe.
okay. Maybe some.
We don't care.
Yeah. It's right
Tell
there in
one
the,
person.
It's right there in the company values. We don't care.
Tell one person.
All right.
If everybody told one, then that'd be 150.
150, just like that.
Just like that.
It'd be fantastic. But we appreciate you anyway, even if you don't do anything. So, all right.
All right,
Enough
let's wrap
said.
it up.
Thank you
All right, see y'all next time. Thanks for coming.